Welcome back to timeless self-discovery. Life is unpredictable. One moment, the path is clear. The next, a storm leaves you stranded. What if the key to thriving in this chaos wasn't about holding your ground, but learning how to flow with it? Miyamoto Musashi, the legendary samurai and master strategist, understood this better than anyone. He wasn't just a warrior, he was a living example of adaptability, someone who turned uncertainty into opportunity. Today, we'll explore how his wisdom can help you master the art of fluid strategy in your own life. Musashi's philosophy was rooted in one simple truth. The world is constantly changing, and to survive, you must change with it. In his Book of Five Rings, Musashi described life as a battlefield where rigidity is your greatest enemy. To him, the warrior who clings stubbornly to a single approach is already defeated. Consider this: Musashi didn't win his legendary duels by overpowering his opponents. He won by outthinking them, by reading their moves, and by adapting faster than they could react. Picture him standing against a stronger opponent, his two swords in hand. Instead of following a rehearsed pattern, he shifted his strategy like water flowing around a stone. Every move was unpredictable, every decision tailored to the moment. Now, step out of Musashi's world and into your own. Think of a time when life threw you a curveball, maybe a sudden job loss, an unexpected breakup, or a project that fell apart at the last minute. Did you cling to your original plan, or did you adapt? Musashi's philosophy teaches us that adaptability isn't just a skill, it's a mindset, a way of viewing challenges as opportunities for growth rather than obstacles to fear. Imagine a tree standing firm in a violent storm. Its branches resist the wind, its trunk refuses to bend, and then, with one fierce gust, it snaps. Now, imagine a bamboo stalk in the same storm. It sways, it bends, it moves with the wind, and when the storm passes, it stands upright, unharmed. This was the essence of Musashi's thinking. He saw rigidity as a weakness, a refusal to embrace the inevitable shifts and surprises of life. Many of his opponents were skilled warriors, deeply trained in rigid techniques. They believed their years of practice would guarantee victory, but Musashi's fluidity exposed their flaws. While they repeated the same predictable moves, he improvised, evolving his strategy in real time to exploit their vulnerabilities. Think about the rigidity in your own life. Maybe it's a routine you follow so strictly that it leaves no room for change. Or perhaps it's a mindset, a belief that things must go a certain way. When those plans crumble, it can feel like the end. But Musashi's life reminds us that clinging to a rigid approach is often what breaks us. Flexibility, on the other hand, is what allows us to bend without breaking. Musashi often likened himself to water, which takes the shape of any container it's poured into. Water can be calm and still, reflecting the world around it, or it can be fierce and unstoppable, carving through rock. This adaptability became the core of his strategy, both on and off the battlefield. Imagine Musashi facing an opponent who's faster than he is. Instead of trying to match their speed, he slows down, forcing them to lose their rhythm. Against a heavily armored foe, he switches to swift, precise strikes, targeting weak points rather than wasting energy. Musashi's genius lay in his ability to assess each situation and adjust his approach, using every advantage the moment offered him. In our lives, adaptability means learning to respond to challenges without clinging to how we think things should be. If your career takes an unexpected turn, can you pivot to a new path? If a relationship changes, can you adjust your expectations and find a new way to connect? Being like water means remaining open, curious, and willing to change course when life demands it. Musashi understood that life rarely unfolds the way we plan, but instead of fearing the unexpected, he welcomed it. In one famous duel, he deliberately arrived late, throwing his opponent into a state of frustration and confusion. This unorthodox move turned the battle in Musashi's favor before it even began. What can we learn from this? Life's surprises aren't always setbacks. Sometimes they're invitations to think differently, to find creative solutions, or to discover strengths you didn't know you had. The next time something doesn't go according to plan, pause. Instead of resisting, ask yourself, how can I use this moment to my advantage? Musashi's adaptability wasn't just about winning battles, it was about mastering himself. He believed that flexibility begins within. To stay calm in chaos, to pivot gracefully under pressure, you must first understand your own mind. This requires reflection, patience, and the courage to let go of old patterns that no longer serve you. Think about the distractions that keep you from adapting. Is it fear of failure, the comfort of routine, the need for control? Musashi's life teaches us that true freedom comes when we release these attachments. By letting go of what holds us back, we become lighter, more agile, and more capable of navigating life's storms. Musashi's story isn't just a tale of battles and swords, it's a blueprint for resilience. He shows us that the ability to adapt isn't something you're born with. It's something you can cultivate through practice and intention. Whether you're facing a professional challenge, a personal struggle, or a global crisis, his lessons remain as relevant today as they were centuries ago. Imagine yourself as Musashi, standing on a battlefield, the odds stacked against you. What would you do? Would you freeze, relying on old habits that no longer fit the situation? Or would you adapt, moving with the fluidity and confidence of someone who trusts in their ability to face whatever comes next? Life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning how to dance in the rain. Musashi's legacy reminds us that adaptability is the path to strength, and fluidity is the key to mastery. So, the next time life surprises you, don't resist it. Flow with it. And discover just how powerful you can be.